fellow crafters. This is going to be a tutorial of sorts for people who are interested in getting into wire-wrapped jewelry making. This is going to be geared towards beginners, just going over some of the basic tools and materials that I think are pretty much essential to start out. So let's start out with the basic tools you'll need. You will need at least one pair of round nose pliers. That just means that both tips are basically conical, and these aren't actually the most ergonomically comfortable. If you go to your local craft store or even just search on Amazon.com, you can find a great selection, quite reasonably priced you can find them for. You will also be needing 2 chain nose pliers. I really like this brand. This is Xuron, Xuron. Very good pliers for the price. I got these both on Amazon. And the reason you'll be needing 2 pairs is so that you can be gripping wire in 2 spots, twisting, pulling. Just gives you more leverage. And again, the chain nose just means they are flat tipped. And your final essential tool is going to be wire clippers. I recommend getting something called flush cutters, and that just means that when you are cutting wire, you will make one flat side and one pointed side. This is very useful for getting wire looking where it's more finished with a flattened side. You can also make chainmail rings out of this, which I'll be showing in a future video. A few other odds and ends you'll need is a ruler. I would invest in a fairly durable ruler. This one has been well used, and you can see the markings have pretty much worn off. I should probably be getting a new one now. But this will be useful for measuring out wire. And I would also recommend getting a tape measure. Depending on your project, you may be needing to measure longer lengths than 12 inches. And so this one goes up to, I believe, 60 inches, which has been more than enough for all the projects I've done so far. Let me get that out of the way. If you're going to be making your own ear wires, I would also get some type of fine sandpaper or an emery board like I have here. You could also use a metal file. I strongly recommend emery boards because they have a very fine grit, which is excellent for making very smooth finishes, say on ear wires, or just to finish off any pokey bits that might be sticking out from your jewelry. You can get these, I want to say several dozen for under $1 at any drugstore, Walmart, pretty much anywhere. Alright, and of course, wire wrapping, you're going to need wire. I highly recommend for beginners the Artistic Wire brand, and I'm not endorsed by Artistic Wire at all. I just found this in my local art store and it's readily available and I found it useful. This is going to be a silver-plated wire. It's very economical, and it's also nice because this has a coating on it, which makes it, they say non-tarnish, it's more like tarnish resistant. It's actually kind of an enamel clear coating over the wire, which makes it last longer in your designs. And this is going to be a dead soft wire. In a future video I'll be discussing wire hardnesses, gauge types, what that all means. As far as getting started, I would recommend a few different gauges, and again, this comes in any color you like. I just prefer silver. This is 20 gauge, which is probably going to be one of your essentials that you use most often. I would also get, see if I have some here, 22 gauge, and this is a little bit thinner. This is going to be very good for making ear hooks, French hooks, ear wires. It's a very good thickness for that. And this is also dead soft, which just means it's very pliable, easy to work with. I would also recommend getting two thinner types. Here we have 24 gauge, which is even thinner than the 22 gauge. This is going to be useful for wrapping beads, connecting thicker gauges of wire, and also you may want to get 26 gauge, which is even thinner. This is nice for beads that don't have very large holes. So again, I would recommend getting 20 gauge, 22, 24, 26 to start out. And of course these come in pretty much any color you might like. Here's an example of a brass-like color. This is a great replacement for gold in fashion jewelry. And of course, you'll be wanting to pick up some beads, depending on your design. You can find a huge variety, these are just a few examples, at your local craft store. All shapes, sizes, colors, very fun to shop for beads. If I'm on a budget, I should not go in a bead store. So those are the essentials, I would say. Depending on your wire work, you may find you want to purchase a steel bench block, which is simply a polished flat block of stainless steel. And the purpose for this is going to be to use a hammer to flatten out your designs. So of course you'll also be getting a hammer if you do this. This is a simple jeweler's hammer. It's got a very smooth flat side, a rounded tip for texturing, and it's manageable weight, not too heavy, good for jewelry. I got these both on Amazon. I want to say the steel block was about $20. And just a quick tip, if you're putting it on a surface you care about, like I am, I just put a paperback book with a paper towel on it, kind of cushion your steel bench block. Alright, so I hope this was helpful. I am hoping to start a new series of jewelry tutorials that will be building on this one, kind of exploring basic wire wrapping techniques, maybe a little bit of beading, and this will be geared towards beginning jewelers who are interested in improving their skills. So I hope this was helpful. Stay tuned for more videos.